Hi, this is Lena Shea, an Iowa mom, and today I'm going to be planting some seedlings in a planter. This is one that I had before, and if you're wanting to plant for the first time, when you buy your planter, you just dump some potting soil in, and make sure you use potting soil and not dirt out of your yard, because otherwise it compacts very firmly. And potting soil does have a nice consistency. Now I'm going to kind of rough this up because it has some plants in it from last year, and I've got some roots in there. I'm just dumping that out. If you're pouring potting soil in there for the first time, you should be a piece of cake. Just pour it in. Okay, now this is really good. It's nice and fluffy. And I bought some seedlings, and these are petunias. I'll show you one that has the blossoms on it. And we're going to pick off the blossoms because we don't want them to take from the plant right now. It will bloom again. And first of all, we're going to make sure that these are watered, and then I'm going to pinch from below. Just turn it upside down, pinch from below. And what I'm doing is dislodging the roots. There we go. Okay, I'm going to start by just making a big hole in that. And you can see where the hole is a lot bigger than the plug that I'm putting in here. And we're just going to place that in. I want to keep it at the same height where the roots meet the dirt in that little plug. We're going to hold that plant at about the same height. And then I'm just going to shove the dirt in there. You're going to get your hands dirty. They do have garden gloves if you don't want to get hands dirty. And you want to press the soil around the plug because you don't want there to be gaps from the soil where it's not going to get moisture. These roots are really fragile and they need to have moisture. And what's going to happen in the next couple weeks is these roots are going to spread out into the potting soil around it, and they will take the nutrients from that as well. And that will give it more room to grow, and these plants will develop into bigger plants, which is what we want. And then they'll get to where they're blooming. One thing nice about petunias is they do bloom pretty well all summer long. And you can get all kinds of colors. In fact, you can even get assorted colors if you want to. I'm going to just pinch out the ones that I want. Okay. That plug didn't go very deep. Okay, I've got 5. I think I'm going to try one more. It's going to be a little crowded. And when this all flourishes, it doesn't matter, it isn't spaced perfectly, they're going to mound and you won't even notice that. Okay. Now I'm just going to come through and kind of smooth out the soil, pack it down. I'm going to do karate chop around the plants. You want it firm. One of the things you want to look for is if it's sprawling a bit. Here's some buds. I'm just going to take that off because I'm going to let that blossom out, and where I'm picking this off, it's going to grow actually more little branches. These look great because they already have some branches coming out all over. And when I'm buying plants, I look more for healthy looking leaves and things like that more than the blossoms. The blossoms are kind of pretty when you buy them, but you're going to pick them off anyway. Probably in a couple weeks, maybe even in a week, we'll be seeing blossoms there. Okay, once it's planted, you're going to want to make sure and water it, even though you can see that this is really quite wet already from the rain that we had last night. I'm still going to give it a really soaking watering. And a lot of people, when they first start planting, this just seems like you're drowning the poor things. But when you start, you always want to give it a really good drink. I'm going to tip that a little bit so that the water gets all the way through here. What's going to happen is this water is going to seep through the soil. It's going to come down to the base here, and if there's excess water, it will be underneath here. Some planters just have a hole and it drains out the bottom. Some have these little watering troughs like this, and that will just come out here if it's too much. And as you can see, it's already starting to drain down. What this does is it helps to establish the roots into the dirt. When you water it thoroughly and soak it this way, it gives it a good start, and they have to have that water. So always give it a good drink whenever you plant seedlings. Thanks for watching. This is Lena Shea, an Iowa mom. Just keep it simple.